Hello, testing. First of all, apologies that I am a little bit late for the webinar. I have been out and I've only just got back. So, market's just open. What are we going to cover in today's webinar? Let's go. Am I this recorded? Hello. Yeah, this is recorded. Right. So let's go over price action. Right, let's load up. Have I got price action loaded up? I have got price action loaded up. Okay, let's go over price action. So if I was just to delete everything off my charts like this, okay, we'll even delete the moving average, let's say, right? What you are left with, and we'll go over to the 5-minute charts because 5-minute charts is just a little bit, but look at that big drop there. Right, so we're on the 5-minute charts. Now, when you've got you've got your naked price like this, it looks a little bit messy and choppy, and as a trader, it's kind of hard to kind of determine if we're in an uptrend or downtrend purely by looking at this. We can draw, obviously, can I draw on this? I can draw on this, yes. We can draw our support and resistance lines, not a problem, okay? So that's the first thing we do when we got naked charts like this, is we draw our support and resistance lines. You can also draw one here. But the best way to determine a trend is by using moving averages, okay? Hold on, we'll press on button, right. So yeah, moving averages. Now the best way to use moving averages is I have a neat little setup using 3 moving averages like this. I think I've got a 10 EMA, a 25 EMA, and a 50 EMA. Now these are probably one of the most recognized moving averages. You've got your 100s and 200s as well, but if you're looking to trade with the trend, which you want to be doing because you always want to be trading with the trend, this is probably the easiest way to spot that. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend trading against the trend. You'll see a lot of traders who will say, oh yeah, but Jamie, I trade against the trend and I win. And yes, you might win, but in the long run, it's best to trade with the trend. For one example reason, okay, look, this is an uptrend here. We can see that it's an uptrend. So, okay, where's the price going? It's going up, isn't it? Everybody's buying the market, right? Now, if you're trying to trade against the trend, what are you going to be doing? You're trying to trade against everybody else, against the market. So, in an ideal world, it's just best to be patient, right? Fact, period, okay? Just be patient and wait for setups with the trend. So what do we look for when we're trading with the trend? First of all, we want to be looking for a currency pair. Have I got my chat? Yeah, I've got my chat. Wait. Right, so I'm back. Right, so first of all, okay, we want to be looking at what, let me just load up a blank currency pair, okay, this one here. First of all, we want to get an idea at what the price is doing, where it's heading. That's the first thing we want to do as a trader. What is the currency pair doing? And right now, I can see that we're heading into a downtrend. It's pretty obvious, this, we're heading down. Now, a good way to determine this is by looking at the moving averages. When the price is above the moving averages, it's an uptrend. I'm sure you've heard me say that before. But for the beginners that obviously new to this group and unsure, when the price when the price is above the moving average, it's an uptrend. Pretty simple. So what happens when the price breaks below the moving average? It's a downtrend, okay? Now, that's the first thing we want to be looking for, uptrend, downtrend. If the market does not look like this, don't trade it, because you'll get something like this, okay? This is a little bit choppy. We've got price above it, we got price below it, we got price above it, we got price below it. That currency pair is too choppy. Now, if you're new to trading, you will try and trade this because you believe you want to get winners, and you have this theory in your head that you can load up your computer and just make money. And it doesn't quite work like that. You need to select, and I think, to be honest, I think the biggest failure of the people in the VIP group is choosing the correct currency pair, because I see it time and time again where they'll try and trade a currency pair that is like this. Okay, it's just choppy. You know, we've got price above it, price below it, you know, price above it, price below it. You don't want to be trading currency pairs like this. Us as traders want to try and predict the market's next move. Now, you can't predict the market's next move when the market looks like this, you know, choppy. I mean, look at all these big spikes. You know, it's something you don't want to do. In an ideal world, you want to be trading a nice currency pair that is flowing like this. Okay, this would be a nice currency pair because we can all clearly see it's an uptrend. You know, we've already established the obvious thing. It's an uptrend, it's going up. So we want to be taking cool trades. Now, unfortunately, we haven't got a binary destroyer signal here. Okay, but to give you a, you know, logistics of this kind of setup, you know, this isn't part of the binary destroyer. You know, if I was to load up the binary destroyer, this isn't the normal binary destroyer, because obviously you guys wanted to learn price action, so I'm giving you my version, I'm giving you my setup that I use for price action. So when we're using the BD and the bend strategy or pullback strategy, we haven't got no setup here. Okay, but when you load up the price action, we can see, you know, we would have a nice setup here. Now, what I would include is a stochastics. Now, when you're trading RSIs, stochastics, everything like this, I find RSIs are mainly used for trend reversals. So if I include an RSI, you'll see what I mean. Relative strength index. So an RSI normally indicates a reversal in the market because you'll see it moves less volatile than the stochastics. You know, the stochastics will go up and it'll go down, and the RSI will just kind of slowly go up, and then it will slowly go down, you know, and then it will go oversold, and then it will go overbought. Now, that's perfect if we're trading reversals, but I find if we are trading, you know, we're trading with the trend, we can use the stochastics to confirm our trades. So the way I would work it is pretty much simple. Okay, when you've got these three lines all separate to one another, it looks like a rainbow effect, which is good. It shows that the market's moving, it's trending up, it's trending. In fact, hold on, let me just, I've got a I was doing a bit, yeah, see, look, I was doing a bit of homework, right? See if you understand this. Now, this is exactly the same setup as this. Okay, there's nothing different. This is just this is part of the learning for our members area. Now, this is a perfect kind of setup that we want to be looking for, right? The price has broken below the moving average. What does that tell us? It tells us we're going into a downtrend, correct? Now, that's good, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean that the market's going to be trending down now. We need to look for our next confirmation as a trade, right? So what happens when the market trends? What always happens? We'll get some kind of pullback. You know, it always happens. You know, the market just doesn't go, you know, the market just does not do this for the whole, you know, for the whole day. It will do something like this. Trend up, pull back, trend up, pull back, trend up, pull back. Always, right? Now, beginners, what they'll do is they'll try and get in at the top here, right? And they'll get nailed by the pullback. Now, you know, a more disciplined trader would get in at the bottom here. they'd wait for the pullback, right? Now this is a perfect example of a setup. The price has broken below the moving average. We trend down. Now at this point here, the market could be, the market could go up there, it could, you don't know, right? So the market pulls down and then it pulls back, right? This here is our entry signal because it's our pullback. Market pulls down, market trends down, pulls back, trends down, pulls back, trend down. Okay? Can you kind of see what I'm doing? This kind of trading is a really good way of scalping the market, especially with binary, especially with Forex, because it teaches us to trade with the trend. There's two types of trading really. You've got reversal trading, trend trading, breakouts, all that sort of stuff. Trend change it, I can't say that. Trend trading is probably the most easiest to spot. Okay? Right, the most easiest, and if you're a beginner, it's one of the easiest strategies to learn because you're also trading with the trend, right? I'll find you a setup on here. Okay, here we go. Here's a nice setup, right? And I will put this like this, right? Okay, here we go. Imagine this is live. Right, we're going, price broken below that moving average, right? Is this an uptrend? Is it a downtrend? Are we starting to head down? Okay, well, first of all, what I would look for is look at the arrows, right? Look, what's happening? These arrows are getting lower. It's kind of like we peaked off and now we're heading down like this. So using a bit of price action, I can kind of normally, I can tell that we're heading down. All right, can you all see that? All right, where is that? Where's my chat box? Can't see my chat box. Chats. It's an EMA. Jamie, are these EMA setups? They're EMA, right? I think. We have got in here 50 EMA. 25, 10. Now listen, this isn't the binary destroyer, okay, but when I'm releasing my members area, I'm building my members area at the minute, you all know that, and I was basically teaching you to kind of learn price action away from the BD. So if you can understand this, what I'm doing now, what I'm teaching you, once you understand this, you'll start seeing the setups with the bend strategy and pullback strategies, and it starts becoming like second nature. I think the mistakes you guys make is you try and trade the bend strategy and pullback strategy and you don't quite understand what the market's doing. Is it an uptrend? Is it a downtrend? So yeah, let's carry on. So I can see at this point it looks like we're heading down. Okay, right, so what's going to happen at this point? What am I looking for? I'm looking for some kind of reversal in the market, correct? You see, the market's pulled down now, which is good, but right, this is where an amateur, not an amateur, a beginner would make a mistake, because what the price could do at this point is just carry on going up. It could carry on going into an uptrend, right? We need to see some kind of lower high, some kind of pullback that's lower than this here, right? That's what we need to look for as a confirmation to get into a trade, right? So let's carry on going. Have I got the stochastics here? Yeah, you see, you could count this as a setup, but I'm not going to, just for purposes. We carry on going down, we're going down, we're going down. Okay, now can you see we're heading down? Now you could, as you said, I could have got into a trade here. I wouldn't have done. But can you see the market trending down, pull back, trend down, pull back, trend down, pull back, trend down. Now, what a lot of professional traders will do is they will use this green moving average as a as a confirmation to get into a trade. What they'll do is they'll wait for the price to touch it like this and this, and they'll get into a trade. Now this is the 5-minute charts, so you know you could literally just ride 5, 10, you could ride the whole trade down 5, 10, 15, 20. You know, you could win this all day long. I personally, if it was me, I always wait for a BD arrow. You know, that's just me personally. Now we carry on going. Hold on, we carry on We carry on going down. Okay, right. Okay. Now, is this a setup? Right. We've actually got 2 setups here. We've got this here and this arrow here. Okay, this arrow here, when I meant this arrow and this arrow. Now, it doesn't matter if you've got, watch this, so it doesn't matter if you've got the pullback mode on or pullback mode off. This strategy will work either way. Personally, you could use the pullback mode on, it'd give you a better entry, right? But can you see signal arrow? Okay, look at the stochastics, overbought, right? Nice signal here, and we get in and ride the trend all the way down. Okay, you could count this trade as well, but you've lost that trade. 5, 10, 15, 20, 15, 20 minute trade, you would have won that. If that was 4x, you would have lost. But yeah, what you want to be looking for is this kind of rainbow effect here. This is what you want to be looking for, right? If the market's like this, okay, you know, all kind of squiggly like this, don't trade it, right? I think the mistakes you guys make is you're trying to trade a very choppy market, something like this, right? You want to wait for something like this here, right? You notice how all these are getting wider and wider and wider. Okay, look, pullback mode off, we could have got into a trade there. And again here, look, here's a nice trade, look. Okay, look, price pulled down. I would say personally, if you're going to trade this, wait for the arrow to be in between the green and the blue. That's my personal opinion, because then we've got a deep, it's a more better pullback, right? See, market trends up, it pulls back, trends up, pulls back, trends up. We even had a rejection, look, we had a rejection straight off that 50 just there. RSI, stochastics oversold, right? I think next week, everyone, is learn this. Learn trend trading. Don't try and spot a reversal in the market, right? When I say reversal, something like this, right? Let me try and find your reversal in the market. What's this doing here? Let me delete this. Let me find your reversal in the market. Is there any questions you lot want to ask me while we're here? Right, something like this. Okay, here's a perfect example. This here is a reversal in the market, right? Market has trended down, right, and then trended up. Trying to predict this move here is very difficult as a beginner, right? I want to clear that up. It's very difficult because you use a lot of things such as lower highs, diversions in RSIs. It can be tricky. What I would suggest you do is just wait for the trend. Wait for the market to start making its move, right? So if I zoom in like this, okay, stuff like this, right? Look, we have a trend down, market breaks above, so it becomes an uptrend. Price pulls up, pulls back, we get a nice signal arrow, we take the trade up. You see, perfect pullback, right? That's what I would personally wait for. Trying to predict reversals like here can be very difficult, right? It's always best to wait. Now, this strategy will also work on the 4-hour time frame, the weekly time frame. You will find a lot of traders tend to trade this for 4x, right? Let me find you a nice setup, right? something like this. This is the 4-hour time frame, right? Can you see a nice setup like here, right? Because this is the 4-hour, you've got hours, you know, to wait for these setups to happen. You know, you're not going to miss this trade in a hurry, right? See the market trend down, pulls back, trends down again, right? This is what I want you to focus on next week. Now, once you've mastered this and you start seeing all these opportunities, again here, look, you can take this one down as well. I wouldn't have took this one because the price is starting to break above it. But once you mastered this, you'll start to understand the bend strategy, because you start to understand, right? Let me just load up the bend strategy. Okay, here, right? Same situation, 4-hour charts. Okay, not the best setup, but can you see how it all starts to make sense now? Okay, we even have a look at this. Look at this for a setup. This is the 4-hour Euro, AUD USD. Right, look at this. Markets trend down, pull back. We've got a signal. RSI overbought. This could be an interesting setup. You could maybe potentially take this down. Let me just. Where's the resistance line on it? Okay, we've got resistance. We've got resistance at this level, right? Around, I mean, we've had a couple of touches here, and we've got a. Hold on. Let me delete this. I'm going to draw a box just here. See, this is an interesting setup, okay? 4-hour chart, AUD, USD. Resistance, right? Look at this resistance line. What drives me nuts, sisters? Right, resistance line. Rejection, 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 right? We can all see that, right? Can you, I hope you all understand about what becomes resistance becomes support, yeah? You all understand that? What becomes resistance here, what comes support here becomes resistance here, right? So at the minute, what I'm seeing is a breakdown. Market has broken the support line, come back up, and it's now retouched this level, right? We also have a very nice signal out candle with an arrow, with an RSI overbought, to get into a nice trade. So we could actually, you could sell the market here. Let me just see what the lower time frames are saying. Oh, I need to delete my trend dash. See, we're getting, see, look, we've got a couple, look, we've got rejection at this level. Okay, this could be an interesting setup. Is there any questions you want to ask me? Because I feel like I've kind of been talking for the past 30 minutes and nobody said a lot. Because it's your chance to ask me. Right, let me find something for you, right? Let me load up the, what we on, AUD CAD, right? Okay, look, here's an interesting AUD CAD, right? Let me go to the 1 minute. No. No way, Craig. Oh, thank you, Craig. At least someone's messaged me. See, look, AUD CAD 5-minute charts, right? Let's go over this quickly. Let's do a quick breakdown of what I see. What can you see? I can see an uptrend, right? Quite clearly, 2 lines nicely spaced apart. It's going into an uptrend, right? That is the most important thing I've just established. It's an uptrend. So because it's an uptrend, what do we want to be doing? Taking call trades. We want to be taking signals to go up, not down, up, right? So first of all, let's do that, right? So what's my next confirmation? I'm looking for a signal arrow. Yeah, a signal arrow. Ideally, what's going to happen is the price is going to do something like this. Trend up, pull back, trend up. And we might do something like that. Right? That's what I think we'll do. Okay, if we get a signal round here, we take that trade up. Right, now this would be no different when we load up the bend strategy. Right, for the record everyone, okay, if you're new to here, if you're going to trade binary, I would suggest you learn with the bend strategy first or the pullback strategy, mainly because it's going to be more helpful for you to understand stuff like here. Right, I'm sure Chris has told you this before. Trend, I can't say it. Trend change. Right, white line on top, downtrend. White line on bottom, uptrend. Okay, this was no different when we're trading the bends setup. This is no different to the price action. Same trade. You know, it's uptrend. Okay, so don't think that it's different trading. It's exactly the same. If you can master price action and what I've showed you, you'll master the bend strategy, right? So again, what's the bend strategy? We wait for the price to pull down to this area, signal arrow, take the trade up. Okay, pretty simple, right? That's no different to the price action. If you can trade this, you've mastered the markets. Look, we're pulling down now. See, this is where you be patient and you wait for a setup to appear. I'll find you. Do we still check all time frames, trade in the 4-hour charts? Yes. If me personally, if you're trading binary, I tend to trade the 1 and 5 minute charts, and when I'm trading binary, I stick to one time frame. I know there'll be some traders out there that will say, "Oh, you've got to check the higher time frames." I do agree with you, but when you're trading binary, it's about winning, not by pips. Okay, so a win is a win in binary, whether it's by 1 pip or 100 pips, right? So we don't necessarily need to check the higher time frames. When I'm trading binary, I stick to one time frame. So I would literally do something like, let me just pick a random chart. Let's someone pick a random currency pair, and we'll break it down. Euro USD, right? So if I'm trading binary on here, I would simply just trade the 1 minute chart like this. Okay, I would not check any of the higher time frames. My computer's absolutely frozen now. There we go. See? Here. Right? Can you see what I'm seeing right now? We're starting to go into a downtrend now. Can you see this? Right? This is heading down. Right? Heading down now. Now, yeah, because I'm trading the 1 minute time frame, I'm not going to look at the higher time frames, because all I'm trying to trade is what I see in front of me right now. Right? So what do I see? I see the market was in an uptrend, right, and it started to level off. Look at the red arrows. That one, that one, that one, and this one. What do you see? I see they're all lower. They're all going lower. It's now a downtrend. Same with the green arrows. This one, this one, this one, and this one. They're all lower, right? It's like the market is. Can I draw on this? No, I can't. It's like the market is doing a channel like this, right? This is what it's doing. Okay, it's starting to head down. So can you see what I'm seeing? I'm drawing the dots, right? I'm lining up the dots. I'm looking at the arrows and I'm thinking, okay, well look, the arrows are going down. The price is below the moving average now. It's down. Okay, so what you would wait for is a signal arrow around here somewhere. This would be nice. You know, you could take that trade down. In fact, if you load up the stochastics, when my computer decides it's going to unfreeze, indicators, stochastics. Okay, look, see the market's overbought at this level. So this, if it wasn't market open, because it is very volatile time to trade right now, you could take this trade down if we get a signal arrow. Okay, we got 10 minutes left. That's how I would trade binary. I wouldn't look at any other time frame. I'm trading what I see. Now, what would you recommend expiries be on these for binary? I usually take 15, 20, 30 minute, but saw in your last recent video you were taking 5 minutes. Now, when I'm trading, I would personally go for the same 15 or 20 minute trade here. When I was trading 5 minutes, I was trading with the pullback arrows on, and weirdly, right, I don't know why, but look at the 5 minutes. Look at when you've got pullback mode on. Okay, weirdly the 5 minute trades are more powerful. Look, look at this signal, for instance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, winner. That one would have been a loss. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That one would have been a winner. That one would have been a winner. I missed the first 5 minutes. Yes, this is recorded. So that's the reason why I was taking 5 minute trades. What I was doing was, in my previous video, was, I'll give you an example, is I was doing something like, I can't, the market's opening, it's a bit volatile. I was doing something like this, pullback mode on. I was doing literally something like this, right? I was getting in onto the small trends. So, right, something like this, right? Let's just imagine this is live. Okay, look, uptrend, right? We're trending up, signal arrow, get into a trade. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would have won that. Okay, carry on going, carry on going, carry on going. Would have took that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lost it, but then again, 30 minute trade would have won that one. I wouldn't have took that trade because if you can see, it looks like the market was slowing down. Kept going, kept going, kept going. Nothing's happening at the minute. Here we go. We've got a bit of space here. No, it wouldn't have got that. Reverse, right? I was taking setups like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would have lost. But this is why I would say, wait, do a 15 minute trade or 20 minute. You would win this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You would have won a 15, 20 minute trade there. Right, and you would have won a 15, 20 minute trade here and here as well. But I find like this, look, see here, I find 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, a 5 minute trade would have won there, 15, 20 minute trade would have won there. I might have not took this, I would have waited. See, this is the interesting thing about this with the pullback mode on. Wait for the price to be near this green line. If you're getting a signal on near this red line, don't take it, right? You'll find the more the price goes into this moving averages, the better the win. See here, we didn't get a signal, but you see how the price is now in between the red, the green and the blue. It becomes a deeper winner, right? So just remember that if you're going to be trading it. See here, price touched the red. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would have lost it, but we would have won it on a 15, 20 minute trade. Again here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Would have won a 5 minute trade, but we would have won a 20 minute trade as well. But can you see, if the price is in between the green and the blue, they're more winners. See here, the price is between the red and the green, it's not very good winner. As soon as the price touches the green and goes in between the green and the blue, it becomes a nice winner. Okay, that one would have simply just lost because the price reversed. Going back to checking the higher time frames. When you're checking the higher time frames, like you trade like the 4 hour, yes, it is good to check the 4 hour. Let's go back to AUD and I'll break that currency pair again, right? We'll load up compound, right? You know, we talked about what trade were we doing? Or was it a 4 hour? Yes, it was. It was a 4 hour. Was it? Okay, hold on. I know what it was. It was this here. Pullback mode on. Right, here we go. Yeah, that's set up here, right? If you're trading this on the 4 hour, yes, I would check the daily. And I'll just see where the momentum is, right? First of all, look, downtrend instantly. Weekly, downtrend, 4 hour, weekly downtrend, daily downtrend, right? So that means that there's a lot of momentum in the market. There's a lot of people selling. And so when you look at the 4 hour, look, the price has already started to reverse. See that? It's already started to drop. So, you know, this could be a good time, you know, just to get a few pips out of the market. It is dropping, you see. See, look, it is dropping hard on the, off the resistance line. And we even have a bit of diversions. Look, a bit of diversions on the RSI. Price goes up, the RSI go down. So I'm going to leave that there. Is there any last few questions you have? Because we have currently 3 minutes left. Oi. Right, so I think you've all got that. This is recorded. Let me just check it is recorded. Yes, it is recorded. So I will post this in the group now if you have any questions. But my suggestion for this week, guys, is just trade something like this, right? Let me just load up. Look at your AUD CAD now. AUD CAD's dropped hard. Wrong signal. Okay, you know I said wait for AUD CAD. That's a wrong signal. Yeah, so this week just trade something like this and spot trends like this, right? Just spot the trends, because it's important, you know, once you've mastered trend trading, right? And you spot this, look, trend up, pull down, trend up, pull down, trend up, pull down, trend up, pull down, trend up, pull down. Once you can see this, that you pretty much 90% mastered it, right? Because next, once you've mastered this, you'll start seeing hold on, you'll start seeing the patterns going down, right? Give you an example. Look, uptrend, trend up, pull down, trend up, pull down, trend up, pull down, trend up, pull down, right? Look, so the market is already starting to go down. Trends down, pulls back, trends down, pulls back, right? So you can see already, you know, what the market's doing. You know what's the next move. It's probably going to go either sideways or down, right? It kind of does go sideways, right? We kind of do this, trend down, pull back, trend down, up here, down here, down this, always doing zigzags, yeah? Right, but once you see this, you'll start to see how the market works, okay? The market just does not go up, okay? Here's a good example here, look. Look, hold on, let me move this. We've got 1 minute to go, so I'll do it quickly, right? Watch this. Plus 120 pip profit, see? Watch this quickly, look. Trend down, pull back, trend down. What happens? Market reverses, goes into an uptrend. Market trends up, pulls back, trends up, pulls back, trends up, pulls back. You know, if you've got the patience as a trader, you can pocket, you can, you know, you can master it. Sell there, win. buy there, win, buy here, win, buy there, win, buy there. You know, once you can see this in the market, everything else becomes clearer, right? But I think yeah, so I'm gonna leave that there because I've got 10 seconds to go. So thank you.